All right, let's go. So, running massively late today, but that tends to be what happens in this stream. I mean, it's all good. Had to go to the store, and it was a bad thing to do on a Saturday. We are here now, and we are ready to go. And make sure I did save the Blue Jays franchise I was doing last night. And I'll hop over to Madden. So I did look at, kind of have an idea of what is in free agency for us. So it's going to be an exciting one. Maybe we can get a legit #1 receiver. Maybe. The controller when you hit Madden. Yes, I know my PS5 is offline. Once I get out of the main menu and into the franchise, I'll switch over. There we go. Okay, so What the plan is for the offseason is there will be a cut of the offseason after this, kind of going over what we end up doing in this draft. But also, what happens with the free agent portion. Maybe we make a move with one of the guys that did leave. I don't know. So normally here we would go through like the stats, things like that, but with the Madden update that had the scouting, I kind of redid the whole thing. So the stats are not what they were. So that is something to be aware of. So normally we'd go through the stats, but we are not. So in that aspect, playoffs. Here's where it kind of broke down to. Green Bay, we gave them the 1 seed against the, as opposed to the Cowboys. The Cowboys sunk down to the 2nd seed and subsequently is knocked out by Chicago. Maybe the Cowboys get the 1 seed and they play, well then the Green Bay and Chicago duke it out there. And maybe the Cowboys do go to the championship game, but we play the spoilers and that's that. Washington loses to the 49ers. So they drop down to the 6th seed after losing a couple of games late. And I don't think it would have been much better because they would have played the Saints otherwise. And eventually probably ended up playing the 49ers. Over in the AFC, Titans kind of rolled through the Steelers with an 8-point win and then crushed the Chiefs with 34-3. And then Titans beat the Browns 27-21, and they go to the Super Bowl. I've recreated everything when it comes to the lineup, roster. Everything is good. The trades that we made are there. There were some extra trades by the CPU. In that, there was only like 2 trades in the season to begin with, before I rebuilt it, so they weren't anything big. No big names were traded besides what we did, so I didn't worry about recreating that whole thing. It was mostly backups. But with Kelsey here, this is kind of how we did this year. I mean, Driscoll was starting at right tackle, Mailata was at left. Dickerson, the rookie, with a star dev, comes up. Kelsey was injured for half the year, but ended up coming back later on towards the last couple of weeks, I think. But really didn't matter because we were out of the playoffs at that point. Dallas Goedert got his superstar upgrade. And then what we do behind him, I don't know. We did trade Zach Ertz, which actually today, Zach Ertz was traded in real life to the Arizona Cardinals. So, trading, some people were worried that trading Zach Ertz was unrealistic. We did it by week 8. The real life Eagles did it in week 5. So, there's that. Devontae Smith is a star dev, and what to do behind him at receiver, I have no idea. Quez Watkins came on strong in the slot, so I think he's gonna have a bigger role next year. But as of Rager, Ward, we need something else to complement Smith, and no one else is really doing that on the opposite side. Miles Sanders, amazing, but if he goes down, I mean, Gainwell is the next guy up. That's a scat back. I think getting a Tyreek Cohen type in this offense is key. So getting someone that can come in and play that scat back when we need him to, when Miles Sanders needs to take a break or if he gets hurt, that would be good as well. The idea with Hurts. Now, we have to remember that Hurts has only played about 21 games. Didn't play a lot in 2020. I think he played 4 games. And then in 2022 in a year-long slate, obviously this is the sim stats, we threw so many picks with him. I think we ended up throwing like 30 picks with him. But he showed flashes of greatness. And with the second overall pick, I think it's more important to surround him with weapons as opposed to actually going out and getting another corner. But also the fact that we could solidify this defense because the corner class is ridiculous. We're going to look at that in a little bit here. Darius Slay goes to a superstar. Avonte Maddox is a star. Darby, by the end of the season, moved up to a star. We had an injury in this sim portion. That's why Anthony Harris is not over at strong safety right now, but McLeod is gone. Kayvon Wallace, is he the answer at free safety? I don't know. Is Epps the answer? Because are we going to sign Anthony Harris? I'm thinking probably not at this point. Eric Wilson is the highlight of this defense. So we are building around Eric Wilson in the linebacking core. If we go to a 3-4, is that smart? Sweat, does he have the body to do that? Probably not. More of a outside linebacking portion. You can have Fletcher Cox be one of the tackles. You can have Hargrave be the nose tackle. And you can have Graham be the other end. And then what do you do with Barnett? At 259? I mean, is he the same as Graham, maybe? Graham's 265, so... The idea is, do we actually hold Graham at 34 years old? Maybe we trade one of the pinnacle pieces of the franchise that's been here for years. He did get a superstar dev upgrade. We'll have to see what his regression is at the end of this, and maybe we do deal him. But going to a 3-4 would hide the issues we have in the linebacking core behind Wilson. Singleton, we player controlled him most of the time, but is he really the answer here? I mean, he's getting boosted by 6. He's typically a 71 overall. Avery, I mean, I don't know there. The corners, Slay is... It's a 2-year deal with Slay, I think. Yes, a 2-year deal, so he's on the team for another year at this point. So that is one thing that kind of helps us. Darby, we traded for, is on a small contract, and I like him playing in slot. Maddox is heading into the end of his contract. And with the corner class so deep, I don't know if we actually do this. We might blow up this entire thing. I don't know. Special teams, I like Jake Elliott. I like Sabas. So there's that. The idea also is, does Travis Kelce retire, or do we keep him on this roster? Do we do a complete rebuild? At 34 years old, it's the same issue that we have with Brandon Graham. Can we compete next year in this division? I think we can. I think we can. Awards, I transferred over the awards, so no big deal there. For the upgrades, This is the one I would love to have. What was that? Trade discount on players older than 30. Okay. Let's kind of see what we have. Let's see who wins the Super Bowl here and go into... Oh, we can look at college scouting. Let's wait until we get our next mock draft. I think it is after the Super Bowl. So, let's look at it here. Packers win. And it's the Titans. The Titans have never won a Super Bowl. They got that year where was it Dyson? I think his name was the receiver was a yard short, and the Rams ended up winning that Super Bowl. Let's look at it. And it's Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry. Okay. The Packers and Aaron Rodgers cannot... Just can't do it. Wow. I mean, look at our schedule. Let's look at it. Tennessee scored 21 points in the second quarter. Sean Kaiser looked like he was in a fake field goal attempt. Tannehill goes for 122, 2 touchdowns. Rodgers almost 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception though. It's Derrick Henry on the ground, 192 on 19 carries and 3 touchdowns. Jeez. MVS gets 95 yards, 1 touchdown on 7 receptions. Devontae Adams, 7 for 73 and a touchdown. AJ Brown, 6 for 61 and 2 touchdowns. Wow. Oh, but also Julio Jones goes to the Titans, wants to compete for a Super Bowl and gets a ring. What a storyline. Interceptions by Elijah Molden, rookie this year. You didn't know when you go in the postseason, all those guys that were rookies have 1 year on them, but they're technically still rookies. Here we go. Do we have mock draft here? For 3? No, I think it's next week. Okay, we have to re-sign players, right? No, it's staff week this week. Staff week. We came in and we inherited these coaches. We are going to fire our coaches. And we're going to hire new offensive and defensive coordinators. Woodley Ogletree. Zach Taylor. Brian Flores, he looks like he was let go. Dan Hampton. Brian Flores is a defensive mind, right? I know he's a coach of the Dolphins. Yes. Zach Taylor's an offensive coach, right? Yes. The offensive coordinator, we're going to go Zach Wilson. Or Zach Wilson. Zach Taylor. I wish this was more in-depth. Like MLB The Show, where you actually have to bid for these guys as opposed to just hire them. But I guess if you only have an X number of people, it makes sense. Okay. So that will be our staff. Brian Flores is the defensive coordinator. And we bring in Zach Taylor, the former head coach of the Bengals, who was fired. And we will sign him to the staff. So we'll see what we have here. We go to re-sign players in the next week. So mock draft 3. Then we'll look at retirements and firings. Justice McCree moves up 19 spots. Is he really that good, though? I don't think so. I don't know. Wow. Getting a lot of interest there from the teams. Carmichael drops down to 3. He was the guy that... Or drops down by 3. He was the guy that we were thinking about. And he is slated to be taken by the Chargers. Dominic Freeman by the Lions. Alonzo Baker out of Boston College. Trevor Mills to the Jets. I don't know about that. They have us at our 16th pick. Or at our 11th pick, taking Graham Bryant. Yeah, I think Graham Bryant is definitely our second pick. No matter where we get, or what we get, that's a must. Always looks for the massive hit, so we need a big hitter in the defense. That's what we've been lacking. And I think having a big hitter like him, good at the touch point, high motor, looks to rip the ball from runners, does typically avoid getting flagged, which is nice. Spin move is a counter move. Swift arm over move, uses speed and power to bull rush blockers. Sounds more like a what Jamie Collins kind of plays in Detroit, which is he can be off the line, he can be on the line, he can be in coverage, he plays a lot of sections. Not saying that he plays them very well because it is the Lions and he needs certainly some help, but kind of reminds me of one of those guys in that position, like kind of what the Patriots kind of do with their outside linebackers. Jalen Madison, though, they suggest we take it with the 16th, but that injury is kind of concerning. Mike Davis dropping down to 17 by 8 spots. Jaleel Gilchrist, we saw him in a draft story. And he is certainly going up in the mock draft. Sean Anderson moves up 7 spots. Kerry Towns, corner out of Mississippi State, moving up from the top of the second round to be projected up in the bottom of the first. Like I said, this corner class is deep. Quincy Randolph moving up 13 spots. And now here's the guy we saw in the top 10. Ben Whittington dropped down 15 spots. Has some issues with getting some flags. Relies probably too heavy on that swift arm over move. Does like to have that spin counter move though. Not a lot of power. He's probably more of a projected outside linebacker than an inside end for many, at least in a 3-4. In a 4-3, he's an outside rusher, definitely. Clayton Hall coming in to the first round. And here, Adonis Richardson, halfback at Ole Miss, moves up 19 spots, almost a full round. Protects the football. Does have drops, though. And wants to take every catch to the house. More of a scat back type, which I could see it. With Derrick Henry, having Adonis Richardson there as a scat back, that would be one thing. That would be good there. That is the mock draft. Certainly some intriguing options there. Corner class is absolutely deep. Now let's look at who was fired. We'll look at the firings first. Released. So Brent Irving, Janoris Jenkins. Oh, we didn't cut it. Oh, I usually cut people this week. Carlos Dunlap, Will Lutz, Taylor Heineke. Ooh, that could be a good backup. I like Heineke. Carl Nassib is released from the Raiders. That's a big one. Mason Crosby. I was surprised in real life he didn't get released. Jamal Williams, after 1 year with the Lions, is released. Graham Gano. Samson Ikabum. No. Ibukam. Wow. Robbie Gold. DJ Fluker. Okay. I like Adam Shaheen, but I thought that was a wasted pick by the Bears, honestly. In real life. Johnny Dixon. Seen him a little bit in real life. Gordon Lewis. Blankenship. Anthony Hitchens. Older player, though. Jordan Hicks. Kyle Trask always gets released. Dwayne Smoot. That's a surprising one there. Tyler Bass. Santos Foles. Tyreek Cohen was released after signing a massive contract. Wow, okay. That would never happen in real life. That's unrealistic. At least while Matt Nagy is the coach. Bill Summers, McGovern, Duncan. Looking through. Joe Judge was fired as the Giants head coach. Brian Flores, we know he was as well. Drop some frames there right quick. Sorry about that. So yeah, Brian Flores was fired as well. Zach Taylor. I don't know what's going on here. Should be good. And so that's kind of goes through those. We'll see the retired. Roger Saffold. Chad Henne. Jimmy Graham. Richie Incognito. Jason Peters. Blaise Campbell. Wow, that's a big retirement. That is a massive, massive retirement. Andre Smith, Jamiz Alawali, Russell Okun retires, Richard Sherman, Amir Dotson, Andrew Whitworth, Kyle Long after coming back to play 1 year, Geno Atkins, Matt Ryan retires. So, are the Falcons looking for a quarterback? Andy Lee, Blaine Gabbert, Antonio Brown, Justin Colquitt, 40, Brandon Bolden, Adrian Peterson, the legend and running back, finally hanging up. Danny Amendola, Josh Norman, Sean McCoy, another great back for years. Frank Gore, another great back. Alfred Morris, Brian Hoyer, Ted Ginn, remember his stint on the Bears for a little bit, and Cameron Wake. So that means that is a massive, massive hole. As of right now, where do the Falcons actually pick at? 15. Are the Falcons willing to trade up? It's interesting for sure. Kind of see. Let's change up the song a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I know. Kelsey. Obviously, we're going to retain Dallas Goedert. I think 7-3. What is the safety class look? Let's look at the class right now. So I got it for the we can get an idea. Kerry Kendrick projected to move up 43 spots. Wow. Okay. Couple big moves there. We have to look at draft stories as well. So Jason Cutler is now actually moved late first, early second. Okay. Jared Clifford out of Purdue. I was looking with our second round pick. Let's see what his combine looks like. I did like Justin McKinley. Ben Whittington's down more. I didn't really look at Quincy Gibbons all that much. But he's interesting. They have Justice McCree. So here's how deep the corner class is. 3 top 5s. 2 other ones projected in the first round. I think we have to get one of these corners. 100%. Might let Harris just test. Because we're looking at Hugh Nails. We don't know what his tackling is. But I definitely liked where he was in round 2 or 3. We get him with our second round pick. I wish we could see what our picks were here. I would have 4 menus, honestly, for quality of life. Right, I have offense, defense, special teams, picks. You can see where your pick is in this menu, and broke down by the top 3 of each position. Like if I'm in DBs, I have the top 3 at corner, top 3 it's strong safety, and top 3 at free safety if I have them on the roster. Same thing with linemen, same thing with that whole thing. I think would be a good thing, as opposed to just having random letters, because I don't know what those letters actually translate to. Okay. So yeah, I think we just let him test. I think we let Harris test. I still don't know about Kelsey. Patrick. Well, Ben Garland was a backup. We'll come back to Maddox. We're going a different direction at free safety, 100%. Josh Sweat. I really like how Josh Sweat played. I think he played himself to about a $9 million deal. What does that mean? Do we need Barnett? I mean, Sweat's 25. Let's move on from Barnett. I particularly like Josh Sweat more. Obviously, Eric Wilson is the guy that leads this defense right now, and he deserves to get paid. Let's give him a $7 million deal. Kerryon Johnson, we're going to go a different direction. Greg Ward, 3 years, $13 million you want. Okay, we'll return to that. Fulgham, let's go a different direction. A 1 year, $3 million, no. Singleton. How long was Singleton on the Eagles? Was this a full contract? Was he drafted by Philly? He's on his rookie deal still. At the least, a $3 million contract for a guy like Singleton? Actually, I'll give him that. He's going to test anyway. Okay. Mailata played decent at left tackle. I think he's slated more as a right tackle. Okay. I can see it. We're going to move on from Seymour. We move on. Richard Rodgers. You wanted $6 million. Avery though, cheaper. Okay. Hassan Ridgeway, 1 year. Here's a backup. I'd give you this. Get a test anyway. Akeem Butler. I mean, that's speed though. We're gonna go a different direction. Nick Mullins, we're gonna go in a different direction there. PJ Edwards. As a backup, I'll give you a minimum. What would be considered a veteran minimum with a signing bonus. Okay. Okay, I'll get Ostman for cheap. As a backup, we're gonna go a different direction there. Herberg for that. Okay, I'll give Herbert that contract. Okay, so the idea is, do we... Franchising tagging him would be dumb. Greg Ward. I would rather go with Rager. Honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rager. Levante Maddox. Question, was he actually signed? He was drafted by Philly. How was he done historically? Okay. Wow. I mean, that would be a no from me, dog. Are we revamping this entire thing? You know what? Revamp it. He only wants a $10 million, $11 million deal. Let's do it for 1 year. Okay. Wait, what is the franchise tag for a center? Bro, it's just his salary already that he was asking for. I'll franchise tag you. I actually saved $300K. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. See the free agency class. He is here! Davante Adams. Okay. I wonder what Heineke is at. Is he really all the way down here? I had to have missed him. Wait, what? I don't know about that, EA. I think it'd be smart to bring in a veteran. Crash to Washington? Okay. Oh, sorry about that. To sneeze. So, I think we go. Ben could come in if he needs to. I don't think anyone's going to pick him up. So just give him a lower deal. Ooh, Naheem Hines. Getting some interest there. I can't believe Tariq Cohen's here. Dylan Richard. Well, that's interesting. Bringing in Cordell. Well, I was at 90 speed. For $3 million, yeah, let's bring in Cordell Patterson. Hold on. Let's actually... Let's not put ourselves in cap hell. Yeah, we don't need a fullback. We just use an extra tight end. Okay, so we have Devontae Adams who's looking for a 5-year, $118 million deal. We got Michael Gallup, Tim Patrick, MVS, Emmanuel Sanders, Tre'Quan Smith, Russell Gage getting some interest. Willie Snead. I think we have to make a big splash at receiver. And then from there, if you can't make the next step, we think about what do we do at the position. Getting a guy like Devontae Adams, we're going to overpay for him 100%. What's Devontae Adams? 111 catches. Typically gets like 200 targets, so catches about half the time he's thrown. Second best rating wise in the league. Got that 91 speed. Like, that is a massive deal though. I mean, is that really the way we want to go? I don't know. Jordan Mailata is gonna go in free agency, unfortunately. So we do need a left tackle. Left guard, at least we had Dickerson and Herbig. Center with Kelsey there. I'm actually fine with that. Let's bring in Mustafa. I do like Mustafa. Get him on a 3-year deal. I think that's good price for a guy like Mustafa. Affetti, ooh, he's probably gonna go to the Lions there. I think this is a good price for Wiley, at least. For a 1-year deal. I actually like that. That's a good deal. Schwartz is going to be sought after. Trevor Crosby will as well. DJ Fluker and Riley Reefer out here. Fluker's played some right tackle. Driscoll can play left or right tackle if we need him to. Because I think naturally he's a left tackle. We moved him over to right tackle. He's naturally a left tackle. Let's get Fluker on a really cheap deal. I think getting him on a veteran minimum probably best. Little signing bonus there is realistic for some players. So Clowney maybe goes to the Colts. Okay, big interest there. Darrell Casey's in here. We went to Deshaun Hand route, but is that such a bad route? Go again? I don't think so. Carl Nassib's in here as well. This wouldn't be too bad of a route either. The Sweat, if he actually does pop out. The Ngakwe at 246. Ooh. Solomon Thomas. I'm not going to fight over Solomon Thomas. I do like Shy Tuttle. Can't bring back Hassan Ridgeway. So what I was thinking was we do change to a 3-4. And this is how we kind of do it. Josh Sweat pops out to a linebacking position. Graham is on the trade block. Meaning we go Carl Nassib. We go younger at the position. Just a tad younger. Cox is the nose tackle. Hargrave goes to the other end. So Nassib is a depth. Gakwe wants a massive contract. So Von Miller going to Washington? Ooh. We need to look how we're gonna change this. Got to Hightower, but that's still a massive contract. Barnes getting some interest. Okay. Leighton Vander Esch, AJ Wright. I'm looking for pass rushers type. Yeah, Taki would be a good one to play. Is he technically an end? I don't think so. That's kind of weird. Let's bring in someone else for depth here. Bring in Mario Edwards. Actually, let's not. Say we did. There's Carrington. I don't see him. Okay. He must be on the Bears still then. Or he's already on our roster. No, I think he's on the Bears. Okay, here we go at corner. Jesse Jackson's out here. Lattimore. Hayward. Sidney Jones. Did we bring back Sidney Jones? I don't know about that. Hammer Sutton. Maddox getting some interest from the Cardinals. Okay. Here's Hargraves. Josh Jackson. Shaw Breland, DJ Hayden. Mike Ford. Van LeBlanc. I think I'm good with what we have right now. Obi Melifonwu. Devin McCourty is the highlight at safety. Dude, we're gonna have rookies on this back end. That makes me nervous. That makes me so nervous. Well, Justin Evans isn't too bad. Ouch. I mean, we are rebuilding, so... Is there a guy that could play that role? I think Harry... I think he could. Jimmy Smith has had some experience playing safety. Chandon Sullivan. Casey Hayward has played that safety position before, though. I do know that. That means we don't get... You know what? We're going to draft there. Okay. We are going to splash this Devontae Maddox. I think a $20 million contract is realistic for him. Something like this. What is that? Off the top of my head, I need my calculator. Oh, I gotta switch back monitors right quick. Okay, let's see what that actually is, because Madden's calculation is a little jacked up at times. So 138 over 5 years is 27 a year. So yeah, that's not 20 million a year. That's 23 times 115. So this is actually that. Okay, let's see if anyone tries to come in, and at that point, I'm fine playing Wallace if I have to. Okay. Let's go, we can see. So the combine results, some of the key players we're looking at. We're looking at maybe Brian West. His release is an F though. Not great. No, people are looking at Mac Flowers. Good catch in traffic. Acceleration. He's going to fall definitely. Let's look at the draft stories. I did forget to look at that. I wish I could look at draft stories in the draft section. I have to pull out over here. So Joe Walters elects to skip the combine. Okay. Training injury forces Cutler to withdraw from combine. So Jason Cutler, who I think was the top left tackle, or the second left tackle in the draft, is going to fall down. Doug Harris, one of the top corners in the upcoming draft, but the degenerative knee condition is teams concerned about his long-term health. Okay. Alonzo Baker set to leave. Zero doubt that he was the best quarterback. Yeah. Baker was going up in the board. We'll see where he falls in the next mock draft. Shortly after being named first team all-conference, yet another accolade for the career of Adonis Richardson, who has moved up from late second round up into the first round, projected to be taken by the Titans. That'd be a good 1-2 punch for him and Derrick Henry. Best receiver goes to standout. Lauded as one of the top targets in the country, USC Nicholas Cameron, who's moved up to the top 3 in the draft, projected. See the honor of being the best receiver. Ryan Best. Okay, we just looked at him. He's the best FCS. Corner Ross Anderson wins the Heisman Trophy. The cornerback class is so good. Curious if Quincy Givens is paying more to live in opponent's backfields. Okay. Tackles for loss. So Givens, pretty good instincts into the back of the into the backfield. So more of a, seems like he's played in more of a 3-4. A little bit of a hand in the dirt type technique. Nelson Harris, gas defense at time at Stanford Bowl. Okay. Ooh, Daniel Booker struggling with drops. The blip in the radar, a sign of things to come from the Clemson product. You don't see that from a lot of receivers out of Clemson. So for the reactions here, Corin Manning's quickness will full display. Andrew Buckley looking pretty good in DBs. Sharif Rushing did not take the lead up to the combine seriously. Ooh, gaining weight for Sharif Rushing. That's why he's had some concerns in college, and that's why he's fallen down draft boards as well. He shows up. Oh, that's too bad. There are times where a prospect's tape doesn't match his combine. Okay, I wonder how Antonio Weeks actually looks. Rich Eisen. That's a good one. Cameron Ward. Might not be the fastest, but when you're playing that interior guard position, really unless you're pulling, which I don't really see a left guard pulling all that much. I mean, it's possible. I guess it is possible, but if you flip some of the plays, trap plays. But Cameron Ward might prospect more of a center. Okay, good combine from Jeremy Black. We need a safety. Okay, they're talking about some guys that should be in the Hall of Fame. Okay, so what does that mean for us? Nicholas Cameron's probably going to be the top pick. I mean, Freeman is dropping down. Chris Carmichael did. Russ Dawson kind of moving around. Okay. So Jason Cutler's went down 11 spots. However, good awareness, agility elite, good speed, decent strength. He didn't participate in the combine. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to select him as a guy that we see what he looks like. I think he could be a guy that's a steal in the late first round. And we got 3 first round picks. You may trade down to get a future first round pick, because who are we going to pick at the 2nd overall? Is it really going to be a corner? So guys, we're looking at Graham Bryant. He is going up even more. Wow. Wow, he is a stud. He is a stud. Wow. Okay. That was looking like our first pick. You have Quincy Gibbons also. He's more of a pass rush, I think. Yeah, he's more of a pass rush with his broad jump. Decent strength, some decent speed, some good acceleration. Yeah, he's more of a pass rush type. Makes sense. Who's rushing? Shows up at 245. Ouch. He drops into the 2nd or 3rd round. We get a lot from these corners. I don't remember which one. Wasn't the one at Auburn? Darrell Davis? Who's the one that won the Heisman? Oh, God, he's going to be good. The 2nd round pick. Whoo, baby. If we could pull him in the 2nd round. Yeah, Alonzo Baker at Boston College. Washington, Pittsburgh, Falcons. Where are they at? I forgot. Pittsburgh let Big Ben go. They're down here at 19 and 21. Could we get... The thing is, we could pull in a legit quarterback, too. Will we have another top 5 pick? I don't know. God, so many choices. So many choices. Okay, we've done our free agency, I think. I think we're pretty much done here. Now let's go a week and see what happens. Nassib, Cordell, Patterson, Wiley, Devontae Adams, and Mustapher. We have a new legit number 1 seed receiver, baby. We got him. That's some good stuff there. You got another retirement. Who's it going to be? Larry Fitzgerald. Ah, such a good receiver. I love Larry Fitzgerald. It's so good. I normally don't like doing this, but I forgot to do this. Whoops. Staff moves. Didn't see anyone that I really wanted to cut. Okay, maybe we can get Fluker now. Let's see if he picks us. I mean, we do have Driscoll there, so I'm not disappointed in that. Okay, G College Pro Days. Let's look at it from the standpoint of mock drafts. Nicholas Cameron is projected to be the #1 overall pick for the Bengals. Do the Bengals actually need a receiver? I would honestly say they need defense. I don't think he goes #1, honestly. They project Sharif rushing to go up here. I just don't see that. His broad jump gets better, but I just don't see him being a top 10 pick. A first round pick, yes, but top 10? Probably not. Chris Carmichael out of Toledo. There's Chiefs. Doesn't run a 4.5 to get faster. Broad jump is better. Dude, this is the pick right here, Chris Carmichael. We trade down. I could definitely see Alonzo Baker. He is definitely the best QB in the draft. Graham Bryant is a guy that we are definitely going for. I don't see Justice McCree. Struggling to find the ball in the air, zone coverage issues. Still probably one of the best linebackers in the league or in college football, but I think he's a second round pick, honestly. Mike Davis going down to the Steelers. Devontae Stanford is moving up in the draft. Daniel Booker. Wow, so we do not see the left tackle because he has fallen out of the first round. Wow, that left tackle. Let's look at it by prospect, by position. Ooh, this Kerry Kendrick from LSU. This could be a good third round pick. As a backup. We're not really looking for a halfback, I don't think. Receiver, we could look for a receiver, but if I'm looking, it's got to be down here. Maybe a day 3. Maybe it becomes Shaquille Highsmith at 6'1" out of Nevada. I mean, he looks decent. Tight end is a position where we only have one active. Chad Woodbury looks pretty intriguing here. Just dropped the ball. But good speed. Do you like his skill set? Jason Cutler still falling down even further. He did not participate in either because of an injury. which means this is going to be a steal. He might end up being a 3rd round pick who starts for us. Cutler's definitely the guy we're going to take a look at. Anyone kind of falling hard? Your Holcomb moving up. You might get selected in the last day of the draft. It's got to be Grant Bryant. This guy is a stud. Zone, play rec. This is a prototypical middle linebacker if I've ever seen one right here. For the corners. Good zone coverage there. I already know Hugh Nails is a guy that we want to bring in. 100%. The guy is our future starting safety. 100% with that. You got Bruce Tillman. Seeing tackle. I mean, who's the guy that I like more? Chris Carmichael? He doesn't have the speed that might allow him to fall more. Freeman has a speed 4.4. Pretty good elsewhere. 21 years old out of Utah. Russ Dawson's been moving up the board. We've seen him. Good catching. Zone is a B. 22 out of Utah. So 2 Utah corners playing for the draft. And wow, he is fast. Just wow. Okay. We've seen Lindsey Clifford at BYU. Not great man cover. Good, decent press. But I think he could be elite as well. Ross Anderson's moving up. This man is a C. 21 years old at Boston College. Fastest corner in the draft. Okay. Jaleel Gilchrist, we've seen some draft stories on him at Oklahoma. Good press. 2020. 22 years old. Okay, good pro day, good NFL combine. Kerry Towns been moving up in from the 2nd round into the 1st. Looking to intercept balls. Looks like he's a ball hawk. .44 speed. Ooh. Kerry Towns. Looks good. Now there's Jamichael Dyson. Not great zone coverage. Okay. Good talk. Brandon Manning was a guy that got some big hype at Boston College, 23. He might go in the 3rd round, maybe. Maybe 2nd round. He got faster. His pro day was... I would say his pro day was better than his NFL combine. Okay. Let's see what we have. We'll go another... Getting Nassib. Do we have... Now that I'm looking at this, do I have the ability to do this? Let's look at it from the roster standpoint. So let's say Herberg was here. Driscoll's playing left. I think Dickerson could play tackle. Right tackle. No, he could play probably left tackle. What's his reach? It's 326. He's more of an anchor though on the inside. Has Wiley played some tackle before? 309 on the inside? I don't know about that. Ciamalo? The 303, I think Ciamalo could play that. No, Herbert's played all over the place. Getting Devontae Adams to go across from... It's the Devontae clan. Devontae Adams and Devontae Smith. I did not realize that. We got the dual Devontaes out here. And we'll see Rager and Quez Watkins share that slot position. I actually like that. That's actually a good point. Okay, so what I was thinking. Sweat is one of the linebackers, so let's think about this. Fletcher Cox goes inside. No, Fletcher Cox stays at end. Let's treat this as a nose tackle. Hargrave goes to nose tackle. Graham takes the other end. Or we just take out Graham completely by trading him. I'm not sure. I don't think so. How old is Fletcher Cox? 31? I think Fletcher Cox can stay here. Brandon Grando? Might deal him. That's what I'm thinking. And Carl Nassib comes in that spot. So Carl Nassib is here on the inside. At 275, he can play that. Hargrave at 305 can play that position. Then we have... our two middle linebackers. We need another linebacker. Then our outside linebacker. So we need another guy that could play on the outside. If that's the case, we need a pass rusher. Is he still on the Bears? No. Wish there was an easier way to look at this. Where is Charles Snowden? Sheldon, not Snowden. Pretty sure he's labeled as a outside linebacker. Okay. There's not in here. Did someone move him to middle linebacker? I know he's in the roster because he's in our Colts franchise. Our Colts stream franchise. So I know he's here. I wish there was a way you could just search for a player by his name. There probably is, and I'm just dumb. Huh. Yeah, he's not here. Kind of weird. Oh, DJ Fluker. Oh, it's a one-year deal. If it was on a 2-year deal. I need another pass rusher. Here's Vic Beasley. Can Turay play that? That outside linebackering? No. Earl Basham probably could though. Okay. Let's look at league signings right now. Let's go by top 100. Von Miller signs with Washington. Wow. Okay, we got to contend with Von Miller, everyone. Mitchell Schwartz goes to the Raiders. Devin McCourty to the Colts. J.C. Jackson to the Bengals. Jadeveon Clowney to the Colts. Michael Gallup to the Steelers. Leighton Vander Esch to the Falcons. Robert Tonyan to the Jags. Ronnie Harrison to the Steelers. That's a good signing. Naheem Hines to the Falcons. Brees Hurst to the Broncos. Harris Barnes to the Chiefs. Okay. Terrell Edmonds to the Broncos. Jordan Lewis to the Colts. Gerald Everett goes over to Washington. Vontae Maddox goes to Arizona. Mike Hughes to the Saints. Kobe Myers to the Falcons. DJ Reed to Washington as well. Ooh, that's another good defensive piece for them. Derek Barnett, who we let go, goes over to the Seahawks. Monte KZ stays with the Falcons. Darius Phillips to the Lions. Eli Apple to the Chargers. Isaiah Oliver staying with the Falcons. Xavier Woods goes to Washington. Ooh. Tim Settle, the Cards. Nick Needham, the Cowboys. That's a sneaky signing there. Malik Reed to the Jets. Isaac Yiadom. It's a good one for the Rams. Solomon Thomas to the Falcons. Will Parks to the Jags. Jordan Mailata gets a big contract from the Rams. DeAndre Baker goes to the Steelers. Looking Jermaine Ifedi to the Colts. We looked at him. Holton Hill to the Saints. Rick Stroman to the Bears. Jahad Ward. It's a decent signing. Josh Rosen to the Steelers. Okay. So some good signings to start the offseason. Ours are Carl Nassib, Cordell Patterson, going to be our hybrid kick returner as well. Plus we can put Cordell Patterson all over the place when he plays halfback. So he can play out in the slot, he can play all over. A. Wiley for some depth on the line, maybe to start in one of the tackle positions. Our big signing to have the Devontae squared, the Devontae Adams, and the Devontae Smith show here in Philly. And we bring in Sam Mustipher, who's a good inside guy, could play center or either guard position. So some good security in the line. And so, let's go another week. We got Uzama, Riley Reef, and Hassan Ridgeway. That's the guys we're going after. Still available. Raheem Mostert's in there. Gronk. Donta Hightower is getting some interest. Anthony Harris getting some interest from the Cardinals. Justin Coleman from the Jets. Zach Ertz not getting anything. Connecting Gakwe. That one for Demarcus Robinson is a sneaky one. Thinking about if I should do it. I feel like we have good depth at safety. Oh, we already have a tight end. Kind of thinking about how many actual halfbacks do we have? That'll be a good amount. Let's give this contract back to Big Ben. Since we're going after Riley Reef. Okay, we can bring in some players for some private workouts. So. We got 3 players we can bring in. I think we bring in Jason Cutler. See what he's got. We bring in Graham Bryant. We kind of know what we already have a strong safety in Hugh Nails. But as for these guys, I want to know Chris Carmichael. I think we gotta wait 1 week. That's not automatic. I think there's one more mock draft before the actual draft, obviously. Okay, let's go 1 more week. We'll look at free agent signings. Incomplete, I think, draft week. Actually, in this week. So, we got no movement from these guys. We'll see if we get them after the draft. To wrap up our signings, Devontae Adams, Cordell Patterson, Carl Nassib, Andrew Wiley, Sam Mustipher. Some good signings there. In the league, we saw Von Miller. Gonna go through this more. Marshawn Lattimore to the Falcons. Ooh, that is a huge signing for the Falcons. Mostert finally picks to go to the Jets. Harrison Smith to the Dolphins. Michael Gallup to the Steelers. Leighton Vander Esch to the Falcons. Rob Gronkowski goes to the Colts. Olivier Vernon to the Jags. Melvin Gordon to the Dolphins. Dante Hightower finally signs with the Bengals. Kind of go through this quickly because we kind of already saw it. Njoku goes to the Jets, along with Justin Coleman. KJ Wright to the Raiders. Maurice Hurst. Yannick Ngakoue goes to the Seahawks. Ooh, that is a sneaky signing there. Ooh. Ngakoue goes to the Seahawks. C. Jones to the Dolphins. Ricardo Allen to the Lions. Tim Patrick to the Chargers. Saldi Everett signing. Demarcus Robinson goes to the Bears. Cameron Sutton to the Seahawks. Bobby McCain. Okay. Boris Ward. We saw that one. Levi Wallace. To the Lions, Mike Hughes. Russell Gage Jr. goes to Washington. Ooh, that's a good signing. Worry about Russell Gage. Ben Jones to go be center. Or some depth for the Dolphins, one of the two. Devin Funchess getting a big contract to go back to the Panthers. I think wasn't Devin Funchess originally signed by the Panthers? I think I was traded to the Packers, and now he's back with the Panthers, I think. Sean Hand with the Chargers. I could have that backed up backwards though. Darius Phillips. Bree Cohen leaves is cut by the Bears, which is highly unrealistic, and goes play for the Lions. Okay. Greg Ward is going to move over and play for the Colts. Some good signings there. We're starting to get deep into some more of the depth guys. So that is the wrap up of all the other teams. We made some good signings. Let's see mock draft 5. Nicholas Cameron, still projected to be the first overall pick for the Bengals. Wow. I don't know about that. Who's the one doing all the assessments here? And us go number 2 with Sharif Rushing and instead of a corner? I'm sorry. I'm probably trading down with the Lions and picking Chris Carmichael and taking one of the Lions' first round picks next year. Or I trade back with the Texans and still grab Chris Carmichael. This guy's a stud. The Chargers will take him 100%. This is my first round pick. It has to be. This is the best player available. Didn't they want to go Oliver Beaver? Yeah, he's good, but I think our next pick has to be Graham Bryant. There. The guy is just too good. And then what do we do with that next one? Baker's definitely going to go to the Giants. That is for sure. I could see that happening. I can also see Baker going to the Lions, though. The Lions have 2 number 1 picks. That's right. They have the Rams pick. I'm not going to take them for that pick because that's silly. I don't think they'll take a quarterback. Would they? I mean, they could. We aren't taking a quarterback. Graham Bryant is definitely a guy that we have to bring in. And then Davis has continued to fall, this time to Washington. Justice McCree has continued to fall on the draft boards. And then what? We have the 16th pick going in the second round. So here are my targets. I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking. Second round pick, Jason Cutler. He's fallen from the boards because he did not participate in the combine or the pro days due to injury. So there's an injury risk here. But I think for a second round guy that should be drafted in the top 10, if he drops to the second round, you got to take this pick, even if there's injury concerns. You have to. Next thing. Is Graham Bryant. One of our first round picks. Probably our second first round pick out of our 3. Guy can play that middle linebacking spot, and if we move over to a 3-4, maybe he can even play an an outside linebacking spot if we don't have the pass rush. But the guy is just so good. That's one you can't pass up there. Always looks for a massive hit. We were kind of missing that. I think getting a big hitter that can play next to Eric Wilson in the middle of the field and play well. Good at intercepting the ball, high motor, moving around the field, looking to force those fumbles. Not a lot of flags. Likes a spin move, relies on the stiff arm move over, and speed to power to bull rush blockers. So, I mean, this could be a guy that's more of a pass rusher. But with that zone, that A zone, that screams to me a middle linebacker. Screams to me a run-stopping middle linebacker. A guy that could play up on the line when we need him to. And then the next pick I was thinking of is Chris Carmichael. Projected top 5 pick, so this would be our number 1 pick. Always looking to intercept passes. So he's a ball hawk. We need that at the corner position, opposite of Darius Slay. Motor always running. Often looks to rip the ball from runners. So a Peanut Tillman type player. At the corner position, always trying to get those turnovers. Typically avoids getting flagged, so we're not going to see a lot. 21 years old, out of Toledo. He is 5'9", though, so there is some height concerns there. But if he can go out and ball and be scrappy, physicality can sometimes beat your lack of height. Sometimes. If you're playing a good quarterback, though, that knows how to play against your height, your physicality is probably not the best thing to do. But this is Madden, so physicality is probably more what we want to see on this defense. Thing is, not elite speed in the corner class, but good agility, good shuttle, good broad jump, so good jumping ability, decent vertical, shows some strength. He could be good. The other thing I was thinking of, but I think he will go higher, is Freeman at 6'2", out of Utah. But I don't think he doesn't have the speed and agility. And he's not the biggest ball hawk. We also have his teammate Russ Dawson. Thing is, struggles to find the ball in the air, so does have some good hands, but not looking to get that. But he's also 5'9" as well. I mean, that Chris Carmichael, man-to-man, I mean, that looks good. And to give you a hint of what we're looking at deeper in the draft, Hugh Nails, we saw a draft story on him. Coming in at 6'3", 200 pounds, 22 years old, out of Washington. He's fast, good reps, good vertical jump, good broad jump. Good in the cone drill, got better there, got better in his shuttle. This guy right here, this is a second round pick. This guy looks good. Good catching, finesse moves good, so he can play up in the box as a strong safety if he needs to. Injuries decent, stamina's up there. Awareness is a C. I mean, catching is a B. We're talking about getting what could be the next coming of Brian Dawkins here in the secondary. Brian Dawkins is probably one of my favorite safeties next, or favorite DBs next to Charles Tillman. Because I like his style. He'd beat you down if you came up and tried to do some stuff on him. I like that physicality. That's what we're trying to build here in Philly again. So, let's advance to the draft, baby. Let's do it. We're going to look at the news. So we saw Joe Walters skip the combine. So it is. So Cutler was a training injury. So that is something you have to be aware of. So that quarterback, is he still going down? He is. Joe Walters. Wow. Are you serious? He has dropped down 45 places to be an undrafted free agent because he did not do the combine. He dropped out of a day 3. This guy could be a steal in the 6th or 7th round. What I was looking at was Kerry Kendricks. Someone in the late. What about Alan Norris? Someone later on in the later rounds. Okay, here we go. Into the NFL draft. The 2022 NFL draft. Let's start it, baby. Let's actually save it. So in case we have any crashes or anything that happens, we gotta save. Okay. Here we go, baby. The number 1 overall pick. The thought is, we have the number 2. Chargers are going to pick our pick. It goes Nicholas Cameron. Okay, so they do pick someone up to go against, or on the other side, Jamar Chase. Cleveland's going to give me their 30th. Ooh, the Jets. But that's only a 3rd round pick. We move down to the 6th. We're going to see if we can do a trade. We can do a manual trade with the Texans. We'll drop down for Texans first and future first. I'm gonna put that second in there to see if they'll do it. Okay. They won't take that, obviously. No, they're not gonna deal with that. Is this pick really that important? I mean, if we're looking at corners. That's another 5-9 corner. That trade is trading back to after the Chargers. We can razzle dazzle around. So let's do it. We're going to take that pick with the Jets. Be an extra third and a fifth. See what the Jets take. So they want Dominic Freeman. Kind of figured that. The Lions were projected to take Freeman. They're going to go Carmichael. Kind of figured that. I've already broken what I was going to draft. They're going to go Winslow. The Chargers are going to go Dawson. You want to move back again? No, I think we take a player here. We take someone. It's only once in a lifetime you pick up this high in the first place. And with the movement down and the corners off, the funny part is I am actually pretty high on Jaleel Gilchrist. So if I'm going to make a pick here, it's got to be a guy that I'm happy with drafting. Obviously, this early. And again, I come to the point to myself, do I take a quarterback? You also have Manning here. Givens played very good as well. What's he coming at weight wise? 251. I mean, he's good stamina. I should have just taken Carmichael now I'm thinking about it. That's the 14th. We get an extra second round. Let's just drop back to... No. Yeah, let's drop back to 14. We're going to take Graham with that next pick. I didn't see that Graham fell down that far. We're going to take Alonzo Baker. They wanted Baker. Trevon Mills goes to Giants. Jermaine Griffin goes to the Cardinals. The Jets take Jalen Madison. And the Jags take JoJo Bernard. Okay, this is the point where we take our guy right here. Graham Bryant. Good talent. I think he's one of the best in the league. We'll see how it works. Hidden Dev. 87 speed. Let's go. Good strength. Good change of direction. Okay. That's a good pick. The Lions at 12. Gonna take Jermichael Manning. Okay. And Akeem Givens goes here. So at 14, where we traded down. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. We still have the corners. Don't know his man coverage. Lindsey Clifford. Gilchrist might be good. We saw a little bit of Towns, though, out of Mississippi State. Known to attract flags, though. Who do we think wasn't going to fall? This 100% screams to me the best corner in the draft, next to Carmichael. This just screams to me fast. Let's take Lindsey Clifford. At the least, he could play in the slot. And I like that he could play as a good strength, press, man guy like this. He's a slot corner. %. I'm good with this. This is a good slot corner. We got Darby that can play on the outside. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that pick. There goes Oliver Beaver. The next pick is in the second round. Future 1. Future 2 this year, another 2 this year. They're pick 20 and a 3 next year. Their pick, their number 2 next year. You know what? I'm going to pick someone here. And you should know who I'm going to pick here at 16. The future at the position, Jason Cutler. Out of Wisconsin. Normal dev. Did have some injury issues in the offseason, but this is a fantastic pick in my mind. And we're going to do something different with the line because we don't get a lot of dev upgrade line-wise. We're going to do something special for that starting in year 2. And I'll kind of explain what that is later when we get there. So, Mike Davis, quarterback out of Georgia, goes to the Broncos. Ben Whittington, right out of Florida, goes to the Bucks. Jaleel Gilchrist, corner out of Oklahoma, to the Steelers. The Raiders take Floyd Sharp. Washington takes Justice McCree, who's slated to go in the top 10 and has fallen down into the 20s. Ross Anderson out of Boston College to Saints. Ravens take Marcus Pope. Cowboys, Justin McKinney, right guard out of Utah. Giants take Walter Beverly, right tackle to Georgia. The Pats, Sharif, rushing middle linebacker out of Virginia. Trevante Sanford, the first safety off the board out of Ole Miss, goes to the Vikes. Max Everett, receiver out of Stanford, goes to KC. Quincy Randolph, corner out of Auburn, goes to the Dolphins. Chris Barnes, defensive tackle, the Browns. Packers take Sean Anderson, tight end out of Alabama, so the first tight end off the board. And 32 on day 1, Derek Jett defensive tackle out of Auburn, goes to the Titans. Here in day 2, technically, in the second round, the Bengals take Clayton Hall, halfback out of Arkansas. The Dolphins are going to take Adonis Richardson. Only fell 3 spots, but it was going to be a projected first-round pick. Balls of the Dolphins, that's a great pick for the Dolphins there. Lions. Artie Jones, receiver out of Louisville. Okay, trying to get that receiving core back in filled. Alfonso Grant, right guard out of Clemson. The Chargers are going to take Daniel Booker, receiver out of Clemson. The guy that had some drop issues in the Senior Bowl, I think it was, or one of his playoff bowls that were in college, but I think it was the Senior Bowl. The Jets at 6 take Carlos Blackburn. The Giants take Kerry Towns. So they were projected, I think, to take Towns in one of the mock drafts. And that is a great pick. Corner out of Mississippi State. At 8, Damian Bradford at LSU goes with the Cardinals. The Seahawks select Damian Brayton, strong safety out of Lafayette. And that makes us a little nervous. Hugh Nails is the only one up here. We're going to do a trade up. We're going to do a manual trade here. We're going to give up our later second round pick. Later, our 5 and a 6 to move up with the Jaguars. Get this pick. There's someone in particular I want to take. They do take it. So we move up in the draft to this pick. We are on the clock. And we are going to take our safety prospect out of Washington. Always looking for a massive hit. Intercept passes. Motor's always running hot. Often looks to rip the ball from runners and typically avoids getting flagged. 22 years old, 6'3", 207. Out of Washington. I think he's going to be a very, very good safety in this league. He is an archetype for us as well. Here we go. Hugh Nails. Normal development. I'm fine with that. 87 speed, jumping, change of direction is good. Agility, acceleration. I think, honestly, that is a good pick for us. So we're still at 14. We traded our pick at 16 away. Mac Flowers, receiver out of USC, goes to the Colts. Daniel Dyson, corner out of Notre Dame, to the Rams. The Jets right before us take Terrence Weeks, free safety out of UCLA. Probably a good idea to trade up there. We had a couple of guys that we thought about. It is the second round though. Thought about Brian Best. 6'1". Let's have some issues in the catching department. But does have some good concentration, control. Could have some flag issues. We do have that third round pick in the 6th. That if he's still there. As for everyone else, Saw Jared Clifford. I didn't think he was a big prospect, but I could be wrong about that. Where's he out of Purdue? I'm not sure what Purdue off the top of my head is known for producing. Amari Prince still on the board here, but his block shedding, I don't think that is the right move there. Right end. Defensive tackle. Quincy Gibbons is still here. Ooh. Man coverage is disgusting. Maria Manning's also here too. What about Sean Bernard as well? His speed though is not great. You know what? We're going to take him. Quincy Gibbons, left outside linebacker out of Iowa State. I think he could be a guy that comes in and makes our linebacking core better. Good strength, change of direction, jumping, speed. Ooh. Ooh. This is a pass rusher right here, baby. It's 6'5". That's what we needed. We needed another pass rusher on the outside. And I think we got it. So Andrew Buckley is taken by the Falcons. We kind of figured that. Dalton Forney, middle linebacker of Southern Miss, goes to the Jags. Nigel Williams goes to the Broncos, and South Carolina defensive tackle. Taz Hazelwood, halfback out of Georgia, goes to the Bucs. DeMarcus Grimes, we took a look at him out of West Georgia. Receiver goes to the Steelers. Raiders pick Kevin Warner out of Troy. Washington, Nick Nickerson. Oh, that's Eric Nickerson. Wow. Why did I say Nick? Eric Nickerson, center out of Missouri. Damn, he looks mean. That picture, man. He looks like he's ready to tear some heads off at center. Saints, Vince Brown out of South Carolina. It's a receiver. Sean Bernard, free safety out of Michigan, goes to the Ravens. Cowboys are going to pick Bradley Cox, halfback out of Central Michigan. Bears, Kendrick Levin, strong safety out of Virginia Tech. Saw a little bit of him. Darnell Davis, corner out of USC, goes to the Pats. Vikings, Dakota Curtis, left guard out of Washington State. KC is going to take Esteban Valdez, left outside linebacker for Stanford, or from Stanford. Bruce Foley, outside linebacker from Texas, going over the Niners. Emmanuel Cobb, left guard from California, goes to the Browns. The Packers are going to take Anthony Caldwell, linebacker out of Miami. And the Falcons, with the 32 pick because of a trade, take Bruce Tillman, free safety out of Memphis. So here we go. Round 3, we got the 6th pick here. The Bengals. We're going to take Kareem Manning, cornerback out of Boston College, has some good scouting and some good things to say from the critics. And he's going to go to the Bengals. That was probably our pick at 6. I was wanting to. Devin Little, defensive tackle out of Indiana. The Giants. CJ Bullard, linebacker out of Ohio State, goes to the Lions. Texans. Sidney Gordon, strong safety out of Wisconsin. And Kobe Livingston, right outside linebacker out of TCU to the Chargers. So, we have a pick at 16. And he is still here. Kerry Kendrickson. LSU, Scrambler. I think this would be a good pick to kind of solidify, but at 16, not at 6. Not at 6. Reorganize, unorganized here on the team needs. Look at how many we have. We technically have 3 halfbacks, but Cordell Patterson kind of counts there. I don't know why receivers up there so many times. Brian Best. He is still here. Joe Mays out of Tennessee. Known to attract flags. Boyd's big hits. Does have good impact block, but for a tight end 3, that's not what I want. Clifford's still here. Those Amari Prince. Why is Jimmy Black still here? I mean, we gotta take this. We gotta take this pick. Okay, Jeremy Black. We'll see how he does. Does have injury concerns, but I think he was probably a first-round pick if he didn't have those injury concerns. Dak Rose to the Giants. Cardinals are going to take receiver Michael Turner out of NC State. Seahawks, Ben Winter, left tackle out of California. Jags, Malcolm Whitfield, corner out of Oregon. The Colts, Calvin Campbell, defensive tackle to Michigan State. Rams, Jared Clifford, the center out of Purdue. He doesn't follow us at 16. It's alright. Devonta Diggs, right outside linebacker to the Panthers. Bills are going to take Glenn Palmer, outside linebacker. And Gabriel Burton, right guard out of Northwestern, goes to the Falcons. So at this point, at 16, we have another pick at 16 in round 4. Is he gonna land down there? We have 7 active receivers. Dude, this screams tight end to me. I'm gonna attract flags though. We're gonna take Kerry Kendrick here at LSU. We need a backup. We don't have anyone on the roster. We'll probably take up a veteran as well, so I think we might take in 3 quarterbacks in the year. Throw power, not the greatest. Why is the backup? Speed. Okay. Acceleration. The scrambler. LSU. I mean, we'll take it. We're not looking for a starter at that position at this point. Joe Mays goes to the Broncos. Amari Prince finally drafted. Left end out of Iowa goes to the Bucks. He was projected to be a first or second round pick. Glenn Surrey, outside linebacker to the Steelers. Raiders are going to take Nick Chamberlain, a right end out of Texas. Washington, Sherrod Mack, corner out of Oklahoma State. Guess he doesn't have a picture. Taquan Tulloch, right end out of Oregon, goes to the Saints. Ravens are going to take Clifton Freeman, left end out of Pittsburgh. The Cowboys, Devin Crawley, left end of Northern Illinois. Todd Blankenship, we're kind of looking at him. He goes to the Bears. The Bears need some help there after Jimmy Graham retires. Jonathan Flores, free safety out of Youngstown State, goes to the Patriots. Okay. Bengals, Mike Hodges, middle linebacker out of Columbia. Chiefs, Doug Harris, corner out of NC State. Gary Kennedy, defensive tackle out of Syracuse. Steve McDonald's, end out of Northern Illinois. Sorry. Ty Owens, defensive tackle out of Iowa State. The Packers. Titans are going to take Ronald Broyles, halfback out of Iowa. Now we're in the 4th round here. Ravens pick 1. Ben Nichols, center out of Oregon. At 2, the Dolphins take Jeremy Baldwin. Kind of go a little bit faster. There's Ricky Rosenthal. Dorian Kennard, halfback, goes to Panthers. Chad Lewis. We're not looking for anyone in particular. James Iglesias. There's Chad Woodbury. I think we took a short look at him. Marcus McKee. Shaquille Highsmith. Monte Weber. Okay. Okay, if I had to pick someone here, what would it be? Best. He's here. Brian Best. Projected 2nd or 3rd round. Good speed at 90 speed. Change direction. Oh, God. This is a steal. This is a steal here. Oh, wow. In the 4th round? To the next user pick now at this point. We're the 19th. Let's review offers. Let's see if we can swindle a 4 out of someone for next year. Yeah, that Vikings 4 looks awfully good. We got 2 in the 5th round here. Let's make this selection in the 5th. Andy Allen. Take him. We're switching to a 3-4, so it's going to take a lot of moves with that. But I think we have it to the point where I'm very happy about our draft so far. Perkins is still here. We don't know much about him, if anything. Looking for someone with some strength. Marco Merritt might be good. Like that. We're not looking for someone fast there. That's going to be our tight end. And I saw that pass block. Or this is going to be our fullback. We weren't looking for anything like that would stick out spectacular. Let's trade away this pick just because we don't really need it, and I think we could package it to someone if we need to. An extra 7th could be something that we deal in the future. Let's make a selection here though. Got 2 left guard or 3 left guards. Got 2 centers, 1 right tackle. I did draft 1. We'll probably use another tackle. What about defensive tackle? Got 4. Louisville. That looks good. .78 strength. Pass block's good. Okay. We'll take that. That's a good depth guy, at the least. We got the 31st pick before the Dolphins. Select Mr. Irrelevant. A lot of people liked Marcus Fowler. I'm not sure why though. That catching traffic is an F. If I had to take someone and I want them to be an undrafted free agent, I think we get this guy to Alabama. Not great throw power, but we wouldn't ask him to do much. But be the 3rd or maybe 4 QB. Okay. So let's look at our draft here. Graham Bryant, 72 overall. Okay. Hidden Dev. This is good. That's a good pick. Lindsey Clifford's a 75. Ooh, baby! a 72-man coverage, a 76 zone for a guy playing in the slot. Press. Tackle needs some work. Play rec will need some work. Ooh. Baby, this is a good pick. Okay. He's 21 years old. Jason Cutler is a 69. He's 22 years old. But he's a great pass blocker. We could do this. This is a good left tackle pick. He had some injury issues, but I think he could do it. I think he could play the left tackle. Hugh Nails, our second round pick, is a 69. Rookie out of Washington, normal dev. Good speed, good zone, good pursuit. His tackle's a 72, hit power 78. Man coverage 65, so that can be better. Play rec could be better. His awareness, pretty much it's just his awareness. Just pulling him down. That is a great pick. Quincy Givens, we saw a draft story of him, of being a good pass rusher. He could develop into a great pass rusher. It's going to take some work. But I think we have the, we don't have the greatest roster, so he's going to see some playing time. We saw Jeremy Blackett here, the 62, a depth guy. There's reasons why he fell, most definitely. Not the fastest guy. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's a wasted pick, but it's probably a wasted pick. Kendricks is a 57. Only because his awareness. If his awareness is up, he's much better. And awareness doesn't matter when you are controlling a player. So, hey, that's a good pick. At least in my opinion. Brian Best, rookie out of New Hampshire. Ooh. Ooh. He looks good. This is another Quez Watkins. He looks good. Andy Allen, rookie out of Georgia Tech. I almost said Virginia Tech. More of a run stopper, so he is a inside linebacker. Actually, yeah, he's an inside linebacker. Marco Merritt, rookie out of Virginia. Good blocking. And that's what we brought him in for, to play that fullback spot for us. We would play some tight end and 3 tight end sets. Dennis Leclerc at 58. Yeah, that's a 7th round pick, and he shows why he's a 7th round pick. At least in run block, finesse, and awareness. I think he is serviceable if he had to play, though. Strength a little bit low at 78. And then we have David McIntosh, another guy. Let me guess, his awareness? Yeah. But again, serviceable. Good speed. That's not a bad pick. That is not a bad pick. We are $7 million over the cap. Why is that? Is that because they don't actually count? Is that seriously what happened? Because in real life, that's counted. That's not counted as your cap. Ouch. Okay. How are we going to get under this one? Hargrave? No, we're not cutting Hargrave. That would be silly. How much is Graham? We have a middle linebacker, so I'm not worried about that. I'll fix that. We'd save nothing from that. I mean, that's not a bad move, though. And I think it's silly that you can't restructure players' deals. Because this would be a situation where a veteran would restructure his deal to get under the cap space. But because it's not like a function, we have to cut someone massive. You know what? We might simulate that in a way where it makes sense. Okay, let's look at the draft recap all the way around in the NFL before we advance, and then I'm going to do some maintenance on the roster in between now and then to get some of these rookies to make sure they play and things like that, and some veterans to play so it's not all wonky. So here it is, Nicholas Cameron, the number 1 overall pick in Dev, 21 out of USC. I can't argue with that pick. Because that's a fantastic pick. Dominic Freeman's a 79. So this was the trade up for the Jets. Okay, so how much am I going to kick myself for this? He's an 80 overall. Yeah. However, I feel like us trading back is better overall than just having one player. I mean, that trading back, that gave us that left tackle. So we filled the left tackle portion. Left outside linebacker, that was best player available there. That was great. Strong safety. We got a slot corner. We don't have to worry about that anymore. It also gave us another edge rusher. So I mean, we turned that trade of missing a guy like Chris Carmichael into 5 good players, best player available at the time, in my opinion, that could be the core of this franchise. And the only thing we would have gotten out of that is Chris Carmichael, this is a franchise guy right here. This sets the Lions up at corner for decades. Probably at least the next 10 years. Joe Winslow, this is who I wanted to trade back from. They wouldn't take it. They took Winslow anyway here. Okay. But I think the Lions would have or Winslow, I think Freeman would have been taken here, and we still wouldn't have had him. Russ Dawson, out of Utah. Okay. Top 3 corners were great. And then Alonzo Baker, because we traded back, goes to the Bills. And this isn't a bad idea. We've seen Josh Allen go down. He is a very tough quarterback, but we've seen him go down, and it's completely wrecked the Bills' seasons before. Which is why they brought in Mitchell Trubisky the last season, in case he went down. He didn't go down, and the Bills selected to go a different way. I don't know if Alonzo Baker is the future of the Bills. I'm pretty sure they locked up Allen to a long-term deal. Trevon Mills, we got quarterback controversy and competition in New York. Danny Dimes going up against Trevon Mills, the rookie out of Miami. Mills is a hidden dev. You have a quarterback competition in New York, and we'll see who outplays who. Jermaine Griffin. Now, this was something I thought they would go in a different direction, but Jermaine Griffin, though, I can see why they did it. He is a fantastic receiver. Good speed, acceleration, catching traffic. I mean, this is a great pick for them. 100%. So we were projected at one point to get Jalen Madison, rookie out of Louisville, at the right tackle position. 71 overall, but does have a development. I can see why. That's a good right tackle thing. So the Jets traded up to get Dominic Freeman with us, and then later take Jalen Madison. So that makes sense. We ended up taking Graham Bryant, and I'm very happy with this. Middle linebacker. This guy is a stud. He's the future of this franchise. So we can build around Graham Bryant and Eric Wilson. I mean, that's a fantastic pick. We saw Jermichael Manning kind of fluctuate in the mock drafts. He does go in the top 20 to the Lions at this point. Good speed for a right end. This is, good strength out of that. That's a good pick there. Akeem Gibbons was another guy that was in a draft story. Rookie out of Notre Dame. He needs some work, but I think he'd be pretty good at that position. We took Lindsey Clifford here. And Cutler. Mike Davis falls down. He's going to be the starter for the Broncos. Rookie out of Georgia. Ooh, that 83 speed. There's going to be some razzle-dazzle in Denver. Ben Whittington kind of fell here and there in the draft. Finally picked up. Staying in Florida. He's drafted by Tampa. I think that's a good pick. That was a great pick, actually. So Julio Gilchrist. We thought about him. Does have a dev trait, but I feel better with the guy that we picked. But he's going to be good for them. Justice McCree was all over. At one point, he was projected to be in the top 10, top 3. Fell down, went back up, fell down. He gets drafted by Washington. Okay, an 89 speed linebacker. And we got to play this guy twice a year? Ouch. We saw Russ Anderson. This was the corner class of the century. Ross Anderson. Sharif Rushing was all over the place. Prospect guy, but hidden dev. I don't know how he'd be a prospect. Wow. Why is he only a 68? His man coverage. Not a great in coverage, but Guy has some speed, man. So this kind of worried me when Javonte Stanford came off the start, and Stanford looks good. We saw Quincy Randolph as well. How many of these corners are good dev? Kerry Towns on Mississippi State. That's a good pick. I would have actually liked that pick. We saw Damian Brayton come off. The 66 overall, yeah. I'm glad we took Nails. This guy is going to be good. Hey, he has a normal dev. He's going to be fantastic. Let's see some guys that we saw. Hazelwood. Leonard Fournette left. Ooh. That's a durable back right there. Marcus Grimes. Rookie out of West Georgia. Okay. Looks decent. So there was a couple other guys that we thought about. Once I see him, we saw Bruce Tillman. Okay. Yeah, that's not the greatest. Brian Manning at Boston College. Got great intangibles, but his coverage, that definitely leaves more to be desired. I saw Ben Winter there. 68. Yeah, I like with what we have. How about Diggs? Okay. Pass rusher. Joe Mays. You can learn behind Noah Fant. Amari Prince was up in the first round projection, and the Bucks got themselves a steal. Wow. Okay. So also saw Todd Blankenship, rookie out of Maryland. Okay. Like a second or third tight end. Jonathan Flores at the Youngstown State. Wow, okay. That's a good pick. Kind of going down looking. I'm pretty happy with what we have. Looking at by overall, who's the best overall? I made the best worst pick, but that's the 31 pick, so yeah, I made one of the worst picks. Okay. Best in the draft was Chris Carmichael. Then Freeman, Dawson, Baker, Pope. Wow. Clifford was 21st in talent. Wow. So maybe 2 picks in the top 50? Wow, okay, that does not bode well for us, for sure. But I think we'll be fine. So I'm going to advance a week. And I'm going to do some razzle-dazzle with the cap that would traditionally happen in real life. And I'll leave the Hall of Fame induction for the next episode. Our free agent episode. So what was I gonna do? I need to look at what our team salary is. Yeah, we have 35 cap pen this year. Oh, I don't have to cut him. I don't have to take that penalty. I can do this. So this would typically happen in real life. You will be extended. Total salary will be bumped up. See what that looks like. Sucks I can't see how it looks in here. Let's increase it by another bit. Let's increase it by, say, another $1 million over 2 years, which would make sense. Because when you restructure, a player tends to get an extra year or two if there's an extension, or extra money because you want to put it out over a certain amount a year. Say like 18. That looks good. He's going to get an extra $4 million spread out over 2 years for changing his salary, which makes sense. His savings goes down, and that's what you would typically do. I wish it was a function in Madden itself. It's one thing I would love to see in MLB The Show as well, but in MLB The Show, the mechanics are a bit different than that. So, how many players do we have on this roster? Yeah, I gotta go in the trade center to see. 59. Let's sign like maybe 5 to 10 players. Okay. They would never ask for this much money, which is silly. Guy out of Eastern Michigan. Norman Proctor at Ole Miss. Jeremiah Reynolds. Use some pass rushers. Marcus Callaway. On Cameron, the Charleston Southern. Okay, that's kind of gonna be our reserve guys. We go into this. So I'm going to reorganize all the roster and stuff like that, but here's what our schedule looks like. What I mean by reorganize is we're going to a 3-4. So there's that. I think we are. Our coaching staff does do a 3-4, right? Or am I just silly? I did hire one. What? Did they say no? Okay. We'll just get the guys that were under him. That was weird. McVeigh's or Jackson Pierce? Do a 3-4 storm. Did they go somewhere? Zach Taylor got poached to go to the Giants. That's why. And I'm looking for the other ones. Them are still there. And Flores got tapped for the Bengals. So there's where the two guys went. We tried to sign. So there is a background bidding system, kind of, sort of, you don't really see. But you know what? Maybe because we're a coach and not an owner, that's why that's happening like that. That's something we'll have to test in that. The reason why we're a coach is you don't get as many breakout sessions, I think. Breakout portions. So, there's that. So that does make sense. Does that meaning we have to do team schemes? Who runs so who uses a storm? Just wonder. Flores' defensive playbook. Who's Miami's? Soriani's is Yeah, I think Soriano is the West Coast spread. Okay. We're going to go to a 3-4 storm. That's going to be the playbook. Yeah, I guess if I would have saw this, then would have saw it. Makes sense. Makes sense. Alright, so that's going to be it for this off season. I'm really excited. We kind of went pretty slow, down and dirty, flow through it. I'm going to leave this up as the full live stream. There will be a cut live stream as well. And then from there, after that cut live stream episode is up, then we will go into the preseason. I think last year we simmed the preseason, or we kind of played the moments. We're going to have a full episode where it's just all 3 preseason games. We'll see some of the rookies. We'll see some of the highlights. We'll see that whole thing. But I'm excited. We're in the new scouting update. We get a full year of uninterrupted, not having to rebuild the roster after an update or the franchise after an update. So we can kind of just sim and kind of just flow through it, skim through it, and have fun with what we're doing in this franchise. I'm really enjoying it. We have some questions. We've made some answers. And, well, we got even more questions. So thanks for hanging out. I'm going to take a couple hours here, and then we will be back with some Far Cry 6. I want to play a couple of hours of that. So for all of you guys on Twitch, here is the if you haven't already, go check out the rest of the franchise. The link's down below, but I'll put it in chat. But yeah, I'll be back in a couple of hours. We get something to eat, do that whole thing, and then we'll be back. Hopefully, we get through some good Far Cry stuff, Far Cry 6 stuff. So, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in about an hour.